Alright, good afternoon. This is Lucky Lynx. This is a video for my latest fairy tale spread, which is the Three Bears spread. This is the Three Bears spread. It is for those who feel dissatisfied with life. So if you or a client or in some situation in your life you feel dissatisfied with life, those who feel dissatisfied with life, who have a longing or an ennui or a depression. Okay, you can read this in a specific area of a client or your life. So for example, if you were feeling dissatisfied with your work, or a sense of longing or ennui with your work or your relationships, your health, whatever it is, or you can do it more generally. There are 10 cards in this one, plus you can throw a final 3 to see where everything is heading. That is an option. Card number 1 is here. This is 2, 3, whoop, 2, 3. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. One more time. This is for those who feel dissatisfied with life, who have a longing or ennui or depression. Okay, now I've got my notes right here because I just developed this one over the last week. And I've been playing with it, and now I am putting it out here for you guys. Position 1 is the old woman. That is the woman that came into the home of the Three Bears. And if you haven't read this story, I suggest you go to the Andrew Lang Fairy Cabinet. I believe it is in the green fairy book. Google Andrew Lang. It is the original, the best version of the tale, I think, that's out there. Okay, so the old woman is the one who came in the house. And she came in looking for something. She was sort of an unhappy, entitled woman. She felt that everything in front of her was sort of there for her. Or she went to the house of the Three Bears. She was dissatisfied with the food that they had. She was dissatisfied with the chairs. And she was dissatisfied with the bed. For those of you who know the story of the Three Bears, she found the first one too hard, the first one too soft, and the last one just right, in the case of the bed or the chair. And in the case of the porridge, it was too hot, too cold, just right with the little bear. So this is the old woman. This represents the part of the individual's life where that sense of ennui is, dissatisfaction, or even in some cases the entitlement of. Those of you who have done shadow work with tarot will find this very interesting, because it can help you find those parts of yourself that you're actually either denying or not seeing clearly, so it results in a sense of ennui or dissatisfaction. This one here, this position, is the big bear. This one is the middle bear. This one is the wee bear, or the little, or the middle bear, the wee bear, the little bear is here. This one here, the next one down, is the porridge. That is the food that we eat that does not sustain us. That's Porridge A. This one down here will be Porridge B, but for now, Porridge A. That is the food we eat that does not sustain us. This is Chair A. What we use to support ourselves that actually weakens us. This one here is Bed A. That is the best, or I'm sorry, the rest that actually drains us. So the rest, or the thing that we use in place of rest, real rest that actually drains us. This would be Porridge B then. That is the food that will truly, or does truly, nourish us. This one right here is Chair B. That is the support that actually strengthens us. So this last one right here, that's the rest that rejuvenates us. Okay, the rest that rejuvenates us. So right here, let me show you how I would interpret this. This is for a client that's got some things going on in her life. Generally speaking, she has a sense of dissatisfaction and ennui in several areas of her life. So if we look at the first position is the old woman, and that is where she is not satisfied, where she seeks falsely, and where she feels lacking. In this particular case, it is the Queen of Swords, or in this deck, specifically Red Riding Hood. So this is the lack she is not satisfied with the fact that though she has taught herself to be somewhat self-reliant, she has actually alienated herself from others in her life. So in her quest to find self-reliance, instead of actually building a network where she felt like there was mutual respect, generally in these different areas of her life, she feels dissatisfied because in her quest to prove that she was self-reliant, what she actually did was alienate people and leave herself alone, made others suspicious of her and her suspicious of others. That is the source of the ennui right here. Now all of this rest of the spread shows how that's developed it and what can actually help heal it. So this is really important here that you look at the big picture, and this one with an astute reader can reveal some huge opportunities for a client or for yourself. And with something like this, the more you meditate on it, the more you'll gain a deeper understanding if you're reading it for yourself. So think about that. Now, this one right here is the big bear. That's where we go too far, okay? And where this individual goes too far in her life is she tries to constantly put herself out there working, constantly working, trying to make gold, trying to spin straw into gold, and she overdoes it. In so overdoing it, she develops a sort of haughty and arrogant sense about how she does it. And in this one, this is the second one, this is the middle bear. This is where she does not give enough, not allowing herself to just let her mind rest, always finding something to complain about or to find a problem with. And if those of you who have ever read The Princess and the Pea, you'll understand why that means that in this position here. Where she is just right is the Knight of Pentacles, so she's actually good at spotting things that might have some value, and she's good at doing business and making exchanges and getting what she needs, okay? So in this case, where she goes too far, not enough, this is where she's just right in her actions right now. So this one right here, this one right here will help support and undo some of that, recognizing, look, you know how to get what you need, just let it lie. Don't take it to that haughty attitude. Don't take it to that I've got to do everything by myself. Let some others in. And this one tells us if you don't find something to complain about and you're not always trying to spin straw into gold, maybe your mind can be more at peace. Next row, we've got Porridge A. This is the food that we eat that does not sustain us. So what doesn't sustain her is expecting everyone to appreciate her for that inflated sense of herself that she has. In other words, she really is lacking the confidence, because if she were going to do it, she would just do it. This, when she's like, okay, I see the possibility of exchange here, I can help someone make a connection, I understand my true value, that's where she shines. In those cases, she doesn't need others to be telling her that over and over again. So what really doesn't sustain her is when she wants others to constantly tell her how wonderful she is at doing it, when in these cases where she's just doing what she does and finding value and helping others connect to value and connecting her own value and understanding her true value, she does very, very well. That will help heal her. This actually does not sustain her. It makes her more hungry. It's like the cup or the plate that can never be full. In this case, what she uses to support herself that actually weakens her, that's where she doesn't understand her own knowledge and the things that she's learned or the true value of the knowledge, or accepting other people who have experience and knowledge different from her own. When she does that, she is not supporting herself. She does not support herself when she undermines or dismisses other people's knowledge or experience. That just makes them more suspicious of her or makes her seem a little more haughty in that case, or stuck up, or angry, or judgmental, which is really it. And you guys who know this card know that the Queen of Swords can sometimes be rather judgmental. In this particular last one here, we've got the rest that weakens her when she actually indulges in trying to be too nice or expecting people to be too nice or sickly sweet. it actually weakens her. When she tries to please everyone, it actually weakens her. And when she actually uses an alternative substance such as alcohol or something like that to dilute her sorrows or to avoid, and when she avoids, that actually weakens her. Okay? So now we're seeing this build here. We're going to go down to the bottom column where we got some answers here. This is Porridge B. This is how we strengthen this woman up here, because this woman could be a powerful, strong, self-sufficient, respected woman. We want to bring out those positive qualities, not like in the story of the three bears, that greedy woman who felt entitled. We want to get the negative qualities out. We want to uplift and shine on those positive qualities of that archetype. So right here is where we do it. We start to look at what will help that shine. What will really, the food, this is Porridge B, the food that will really, truly nourishes her is when she recognizes that other people's problems are not her own, and she does not need to grab hold of them or indulge in them to create drama in her life or a sense of purpose. Go up here, understanding her true value and the value of others will actually be what gives her a true sense of her own purpose and will actually make her feel nourished. She erroneously takes on other people's problems or gets upset and angry about them, creates drama. When she doesn't do that, that actually nourishes her. And those of you who know this is the Goose Girl, that you'll understand the meaning of that if you've read the Goose Girl. In this particular case, this is the Eight of Cups. By the way, in case I didn't tell you, this is Dorothy Morrison's Whimsical Tarot. It's all fairy tale stuff. This is one of the first decks I ever began reading professionally with, and I'm going to tell you, this one's fantastic. The meanings of it actually take on the fairy tales that are in the cards. It's a beautiful, beautiful deck. I highly recommend it. She developed it for kids, but I think that it's wonderful for anyone who really wants to understand archetypes. Eight of Cups here in chair. This is chair B, position chair B. This is the 9th position. That's the support that strengthens us. When she chooses not to avoid her responsibilities or her fears, when she chooses to actually take that next step to actually dig deep inside of her and see what's really going on, she has a clearer picture of herself and she can become much stronger. That is what will strengthen her. And in the last position, the 10th position, the rest that would rejuvenate her is to recognize that a strong individual sometimes takes a moment to actually recoup, rest, and replenish their stores rather than constantly trying to turn straw into gold, constantly trying to find something to complain about, constantly trying to get other people to show appreciation, constantly trying to undermine other people's experiences, constantly avoiding and or indulging in things that help her to avoid the real issue. In other words, not projecting it onto other people and actually just resting and allowing herself to be replenished and allowing herself to see her as a strong individual without worrying about all of these other things that are weakening and creating this negative aspect. So if she does this, this, and this and recognize it, where will it lead her? Let's try. She will be able to see herself clearly for who she is. She will stop grasping and let go of the things that are actually holding her back. She will actually allow some real growth and real control over her life, and she will gain a whole lot more energy in her life because now she's feeling very run down, very alienated, very depressed. Others will appreciate her too. Now, we could read this another level deeper, but I don't want this video to be like 4 hours long. This could also represent her children. There's other things in here. The Emperor could represent a husband in that case, but I'm just giving you a basic sense on how to do it. So one more time, I'm just going to go over the positions of the cards and then I'll let you go here. This is the old woman. That's where we are not satisfied, where we see ourselves falsely, where we look falsely for sustenance, and where we feel lacking. This one is the second position. That's where we go too far, the big bear. This is where we don't go far enough, the middle bear. This is the itty bitty bear. That is where we are just right. This is position 5. That is Porridge A, the food that we eat that does not sustain us. This, position 6, is the chair A, what we use to support ourselves that actually weakens us. Page of Cups, in this position, this is bed A, the rest that actually weakens us. This is Porridge B, the food that does and will truly nourish us. This is chair B, the support that strengthens us. And this is bed B, the 10th position, the rest that actually rejuvenates us. I hope this makes sense, and I hope you guys use this and get a lot out of it. Remember, you can throw 3 cards at the end to see where this will lead you. And I am Lucky Lynx. Once again, this is the 3 Bears spread, and I wish you success and good fortune with it.